I will come home. When I come out of the patient's house, I'll blast my footies because I'll have footies on and PPE. I'll blast it up. That goes into a bag. I have a specific cleaning protocol. I come home. My shoes immediately go into the bleach trays I have sitting in the garage. Those come out to dry. I strip, jump
Right.
in the shower, and then it goes into a hot washing machine. So that's a brief synopsis, but I have the protocol for that too.
I'm really glad we got into that. That's the stuff that's very interesting to me. And I remember in Queens at the height of COVID, I lived in an apartment with my wife, and why can't I talk? My deca what is the word I'm trying to
Decontamination
say?
process?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was to take off all my clothes except for my underwear, put in the garbage bag, but outside the door, like
Hey,
in
that
the ladder
works.
well area, like, hope no one's walking up here. Especially at that time when you didn't know how bad COVID was, and my wife was pregnant and then had her
Oh,
newborn.
yeah.
I don't care. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see you see me in my
Free
underwear. I don't
show.
care.
Free
I
show.
am not going in this apartment. There was a trick I learned from the Navy when I was on deployment with the Marines, and we were on a ship. It was a Marine Expeditionary Unit, so we did operations and training on and off the ship, but attached to a Marine unit. We would give all of our clothes, and people would take these bags and wash them. And I remember to wash that much clothing, they used cold water.
Yes.
Essentially, they weren't going to waste hot water on uniforms like that. And sometimes they were bunched together so tightly that you have one uniform in one bag, and then you have hundreds of uniforms together in a huge bag, and each one individually compressed. So it wasn't really like the surface area wasn't getting washed well, and the water was cold. So during COVID, they were offering to wash our scrubs for us in the ER. This is what I'm getting to. But I never let them wash my clothes. I said, I'm going to bring my clothes home. I'm going to wash them individually in hot water and know that they're actually getting clean. So there was just like little things like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust them to do that because they told us that those little surgical masks, the efficacy's gone after 30 minutes and it gets moist. They said we could use that all day and then reuse it for an entire week. So I'm like, if that's their standard now, I wouldn't let them wash my clothes.
We had one mask for a week at a time, the N95s at one point, a week.
Yeah.
They gave you a bag
Oh,
and you put it in your locker and then you would use it again. Yeah, it was horrible.
I'm not even talking N95s. I'm talking about a little surgical mask. We
Oh,
didn't even have
the surgical.
N95s at that point. That's another podcast, right? That'll be another
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. What department were you working real quick during that COVID
So
era?
I was in when it broke out an emergency room, but I was working as a not an emergency nurse because I was on a travel contract. They had basically brought us in travel nurses to deal with the boarders that were waiting to go up, but we were
Okay.
physically like right there. We were taking up one of the main pods in the emergency room, and then it broke out.
Yeah.
I did that, and then I did a couple travel contracts for straight just COVID. Yeah.
That's great. Single guy, no familial responsibilities, picking up contracts. I even wish I had known earlier. I would have done local
But
contracts, but in the
not
beginning,
single though. Not single. She was my girlfriend when we were doing that. And then throughout, actually, that's where the COVID pay went. Engagement ring. And then now we're married.
oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
All
But
right.
still
Congrats.
bouncing around. But nothing tying me down like kids or anything.